Well, greetings, beautiful humans. Guess what today is? It is Amazing Wisdom Wednesday, where we bring a card or a message from this awesome wisdom of the Oracle deck to reflect upon. So I'm inviting you to bring a situation, a challenge, a goal, something that you are currently addressing, going through, holding in your space. And we like to bring a new perspective to that situation in this container, in these Wednesday wisdom containers. Wisdom is not necessarily, IQ. Wisdom is a combination of EQ, IQ, SQ, spiritual intelligence. It's ecological intelligence, the intelligence of nature itself, So true wisdom is deep, deep wisdom. And it's not, the quick fix thoughts that might pop into our head, although for some, it might be if you're a mental authority and that's where your intuition comes from. For me, I'm a sacral authority, so my intuition comes not from thinking too much, So today the intention is to be of support, fully benevolent. I like to remind people that I am not a clairvoyant, and you don't need to be a clairvoyant to use the technology, in this type of deck of oracle cards. You don't have to be a clairvoyant. The way I use them is in the spirit of looking through a window, looking through a perspective of the essence of a message. So there's some beautiful messages, and we take the essence of the message and we use that as a window or a filter to look through and bring your situation to and to look through. And that may bring you a perspective that will give you some shift, that will give you some fresh information, will open up a new pathway to give you, more pieces of the puzzle to work with. So we're asking for deeper wisdom that is within you. The wisdom isn't the card. The wisdom is what the card wakes up within you, which is why this card can apply to a multitude of people. It's not a single reading for one person. It is, you have wisdoms within you, and it's like strumming a chord on a guitar, that when the message or the essence of the message that we grab today, as it enters into your psyche and into your whole filtration system of who you are, it will strike a chord with you that would be different to the chord it will strike to the next person. And we are a collective. Everything we do strikes a chord out in the collective. Everything that we emit, transmit and give out there is touching the universe in some kind of way, where it's striking a chord in the universe. It will be very interesting to see which card we get today. So in the spirit of benevolence, I would like to acknowledge the traditional owners of the country that I am on currently, which is Going country, up near Gladstone in a town called Tannum Sands. And I also would like to invite pure benevolence of everybody that comes into this container. Bring your open heart, bring your intentions for improving your own wisdoms, improving how you bring yourself out into the world, because we'll definitely need us all to bring our A game, into this world. I would also like to ask any divine guide and support to enter this container with us, and that this container be protected for the lifetime of this container with benevolent energy. And with that, I would like to invite you also to center yourself. Breath is great for that. And just really being in the power and the presence of right now. Feel your whole body, feel your energetic spirit, soul inside your body, and bring your situation into this moment with an openness to receiving and waking up and touching on wisdoms that are within you that you most need to wake up and hear from today. And so with that, I would like to ask the spirit of our container today, what would be the best message that we could receive today, the best filter that we could look through our situations through today, given that we are a collective, given that we are individuals within a collective, and that in some way we are all definitely connected, and the sweeter we can make that connection, the better. So what would be the best message that would bring us a fresh perspective to look at our current situation through, that would give us the opportunity to respond as our best self, for our best self and our best life? So I really want to take that one because it felt like a jump up. And the card is building blocks. Building blocks. It reminds me of a post, well, it's fresh in my mind, a post that I put up this morning, which was around asking, how did we get where we are? How did I get here? You know, wherever you are in this moment, whatever you're experiencing, however you are holding on to that experience, which with whatever parts of your, you know, all your archetypal pieces within you, whichever pieces of you decide to grab onto and make stories, you know, of your situations. How is it that we got here today? And with what practices? What are your daily practices? Consciously, but unconsciously especially, what are your daily practices that, if you really look at them, itemize them out and really focus on what are my daily practices? What do I practice daily to in my kingdom, your world, and the story of your world, and how you feel and what you see and how you experience your world is what I call your kingdom. So what are the practices that you bring to your kingdoms, which would make you ask the question, how did I get here? What practices do I commit to, you know? And so the card that we have today is building blocks. It's a number 28. I always like to know the date, but I don't know the date today. So the card is, we're in May 2024, by the way. Number 28. Number 28. 28. That was like elevator music while we were waiting. By the way, I'm Ros Loxton. Lovely to have you here today. Building blocks. The essential meanings are strong foundations. A beautiful work in progress. The oracle's message is, you have everything you need to cultivate an extraordinary life. This is a time when your focus needs to be on the foundations that you build upon. You know, if you build your kingdom upon violence, then what will make that kingdom fall, or how will that kingdom flourish? If you build your kingdom on practices of peace and community, then what will flourish from that kingdom? Your work, your relationships, and your very being are underwritten by your values, your ethics, your morals, and your core beliefs, which I really encourage you to sit with, journal on, and consider what they really, 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 really are. Are they still true for you? Will they stand the test of time and serve as solid grounding upon which you construct your life? Now you are making changes that will affect everything in a positive way. Your destiny is truly a remarkable and beautiful design. What are the building blocks that you're building upon? What are the practices that you bring into your kingdom that help you to stay grounded, that help you to have a through line with no matter what is going on in the world? You know, there are a lot of people around me at the moment, family, friends, who are going through deep depression, who are, you know, strong people going through some deep depressions. I have got a family member who has just been diagnosed with aggressive form of cancer, and tomorrow we're finding out what his life expectancy is. there's some big things going on. That's a couple of things. And this happens to us in our life. Plus there's what's going on in the bigger, out in the bigger kingdom of the world, the amount of turmoil and war and bloodshed and, the horror that's going on in the world. How do you practice a daily practice that allows you to have this resilient through line that you can tether to no matter what's going on out in the world around you? What is your internal through line that you can tether to that gives you that sense of grace in an ungraceful moment? The relationship message to this card, and I just again invite you to take the essence of this message and use the essence of this message to give you a fresh perspective to a current situation. So the relationship part of this message, when you see this card, know that you are attracting new relationships into your life. I need to have a sip of my latte before it goes cold. And solidifying the ones you already have by building them on the foundations of honesty, humility, clear communication, and a genuine desire to know one another. They're easy words just to say. They're easy to say, those words. Building your relationships on the foundation of honesty. Easy word, not an easy action to take. What is your honesty? How, the fear of being honest. Can I cope with my honesty? Can other people cope with my honesty? Humility, having a healthy relationship with your ego, with your own ego. It's okay for people to see that I'm not perfect. It's okay for people to see that I too struggle. It's okay for me to hold you in high esteem when you're struggling. So what is humility? How do you practice humility? And clear communication. Holy hell, not very many people are good at clear communication. That takes the ability to be succinct, to know the real essence of your message and to be able to put that into these little bleepy sounds that come out of our mouth, which are words. Clear communication and a genuine desire to know one another. And I think often people meet each other with honesty, and when they're trying to be honest, that they don't like each other's truth or they don't understand each other's truth, and it can be slightly combative in an energetic sense. But when we show up to genuinely know each other, we need to use curiosity over judgment. We need to be curious about, it's interesting that, I wonder how come you think like that? I wonder what part of your whole historic, lineage, well, how did you come to hold that in your essence, that sense of belief or outlook, or so this curiosity helps us to be to have more reverence and to have more interest and hold space for those that are different to us, and to learn from each other, and to know that we all do need to be different. We need our differences in order for everybody to fill all the different roles that need to be filled in this world. So woe be us if we judge each other, that is not humility. That is the lack of wisdom. You are moving toward laying the groundwork for relationship with the firm footing that will ensure it can withstand any storm. Hence the through line. What is your practice? What is your daily practice to build a solid foundation within you, that any turbulence that happens in the world, even in your own life, that you have got this through line to really tether on to, that holds you resilient in the flapping winds, Long-standing relationships are also repaired and strengthened. You and the other person are stronger, wiser, more powerful together than you are apart. Again, take the essence of this and see how you can take the essence of what's being said and apply it to your current situation. The prosperity message, we love this one. You have everything you need to turn iron into gold. Oh, you little alchemist, you. In the alchemical process of creating the prosperous life that you desire. You know, prosperity isn't cash, man. Prosperity isn't just money. Prosperity isn't just, big business, you know. What is that word that I am seeking? It's not coming to me, so I'm not going to say it. Now is the time to build on strong foundation you have already laid for your prosperity. Remember, prosperity isn't just fiscal. It's not just financial. Prosperity is all the things. And we get trapped in thinking it's fiscal. We get trapped in thinking, you know, that this money story and this business story and I'm successful if I've got money has really done us a massive injustice. Capitalism. Keep in mind that these building blocks are imbued with the sparkling energy of your intentions. Really, really think about your intentions. My intention for this container is to bring love, is to bring a positive energy to uplift whoever is watching, you know. So keep in mind that these building blocks are imbued with the sparkling energy of your intentions. Think about your intentions. When you know your intentions, when you can really feel attached to, when you can really feel a heart-opened connection to your intentions, then you can run out into the world and scream from the trees and the mountains what your message is, because when you know and you feel really aligned with your intentions, then you can bring those intentions to life in so many ways. Own your dream and remember that you always have more than enough and you always are enough. Hard to hear. I think about a couple of the people in my life that are under the deep cloud of depression at the moment, so it's very difficult for them to hear that you need to own your dream and remember that you always have more than enough. You are always more than enough. So abundance is ever present. I think you forget how to see your treasure. You forget how to notice your treasure, you know, and partially this is a gratitude thing, you know. And when I talk about what is your daily practice, if we stop practicing gratitude, because it sounds just like words, you know, oh yeah, gratitude. But no, if you are actually practicing what gratitude actually is, then it would be very difficult, depending on what's going on in your chemistry and your biology, to feel poor me or to feel depressed or to feel aimless, because the practice of true gratitude will make you realize how goddamn abundant you really, really are. Your creativity is divinely inspired, and the design of your life is taking shape in service to the world. Now, I know that there are some human designs that are for the individual. You are here more individually focused, and that there's a story to that. We need individuals to be their individuals so that that individual expression can be taken into the collective and for the collective to make use of that. But you do still need to have a sense of what can I bring to the collective? When we get a little self-focused, I don't want to say selfish, but when we get lost in the sense of what do I have to do for me instead of what can I bring into the world? What can I transmit and bring into the world for my best self and for the world's best self? If we stop doing that, it can get, you know, there's a few bear traps in the practice of being self-focused fully. Your creativity is divinely inspired and the design of your life is taking shape in service to the world. That can sound lame. That can sound like, ugh, I don't want to hear that. But I really invite you to sit with that. How can I be of service to the world? You are meant for success. Now, I like to read the protection message. The card was not upside down. It was in its upright position. Another little looky. Dun, 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 dun. So the protection message also should be taken into consideration, given that is a read, you know, for the collective. It's not an individual person's read. So take heed of the protection message, because it may strike a chord within you more than the rest of the card. Protection message. Now is the time to address the cracks in the foundation of your life. Given we're talking about building blocks, and what are the foundations? What are the practices? What have you not been practicing? What have you been practicing that may have developed cracks in the foundations of your life? Perhaps your values have changed, and it's time to strengthen your convictions and let go of the things that no longer serve the vision you have for your life. Check the vision you have for your life, because if it's been based on the building blocks of capitalism, you might have some work to do, and I'm not poo-pooing capitalism. I love money. I love the things that money can do, given that we have currency and money. I do love money. I want money. I want to make money. But if it becomes your primary religion, it can really starve your soul of all of the nutrients it needs. Perhaps, hang on a minute, that no longer serve your vision for life was the last sentence. Or perhaps you choose to ignore the signs that a situation or agreement that you have entered into just isn't right for you. Remove the rotten pieces and reinforce your core moral strength and integrity. Whatever it takes, man. Now's the time for rigorous honesty, for you are called to renovate and upgrade your consciousness. Hallelujah! You will be so happy when you do so. What does that mean for you? What would it actually take? Do you need some help? Some people probably do. Reach out. That is my bag. That's my purpose, is to support people in that space. The space of upgrading your consciousness is what I'm referring to. Spirit has a spectacular blueprint for your life. Yes, it does. Far beyond your imagination. It isn't far beyond your imagination if you activate your imagination. So don't be afraid to replace what's not solid. The end for the day. So I hope that wisdom strikes some chords within your unique blueprint. And as always, I am here to reach out to if you do need help renovating your consciousness, rearranging some of the ways that maybe you'd been bringing yourself to the world, and it's hard to do that rearrangement, to show up in a different way, because we are habit machines. That is how our brain kind of works. We're very conditioned, and it's kind of difficult sometimes to reshape and replasticine that conditioning that is within us. So of course, that is my jam, that is my business, that is my wisdom, that's my medicine that I bring to the world. Reach out if you have any questions, comments, and until next Wednesday, where we do wisdom of the oracle, I am wishing you really big heartfelt encouragement and big love for your very best life and for your very best self. Okay, bye for now.